Hello and welcome everybody, I am Snecc, Escape from Tarkov, and this is not going to be Resort Raider, this is going to be something else. Let's just collect our intel scav case just because. I mean, I didn't expect much. Wait a second, what? Oh, this is $500 now, wasn't it $100? Whatever. Alright, so this video is going to be pretty simple. It's basically a video for the future me, and if you guys watch it, it's like, yay, more content. Basically, right now, I need to evaluate myself, for myself, without any biases or whatever. For example, if we click on the factory, and we rate our skill and survivability on factory right now, I would believe it would be about, if I put it on a scale of 0 to 100, a 100 being super unicum, which is like S tier plus, and then if I put like landmark on any of these, he would be like definitely 90 plus. But for me right now, because I'm not a really good player, I want to be a good player, but I'm not really a good player, I'm gonna put factory as like maybe 62, like 50 being average, and anything below 0 to 50 is really easy to achieve, and then anything above 80 is like really hard, because this is basically just a scale I created in my mind. So factory, the PvP there is very fast-paced, very easy to die, so it's like flip a coin when you're fighting with other geared player. You gotta be like the first one to shoot, loot and scoot. If you clear the map, that would be great. So you got to be like really armored, or there's a chance to get like clapped by a regular player with like a shotty or something if you don't have a face shield. So I'd put factory at like a good 62. I don't like the map. Oh ho ho, reserve. I love the map. I love the concept. I love the loot. There's lots of people on it, and lots of squads. So from what I remember myself doing in the beginning of the patch and last patch, not patch wipe, is that I'm actually, even though I like the map, I can survive on it, but I'm only like a looter on it. Glukar is a fun boss, but he can really clap you if you run out of ammunition on an awkward position. I'm not really good at it, 50 being average, 50 out of 100, and I don't call myself average because, and neither does anybody else. This isn't not like a boast, and I pretty like this map, and surviving it is okay, especially if you have RR, so now you have 2 extract points. What should I put this as? I can't go 70, below 70. I think like a good, because anything over 80 is considered like good, 50 average. No, it's got to be a 75. I've thought about it. 75. Alright, Shoreline. I believe before I did a couple of episodes of Shoreline, how was it? Resort Raider. My skill on Shoreline was maybe like a 55. Now that I know a little bit more in and outs, even though it was like 20 raids, it was like 20 very focused raids. So I gotta bring that back up, and considering that you got a split of players that look for PvP and then loot Shoreline, and then you got those wanderers, so there's a chance in between that you end up with like a dad server or something like that. Not considering like PvP fighting, because PvP fighting, I think I lost most of my battles except for 3, and I think that's like a 50-50, or getting like sniped or overwhelmed by a 5-man squad. I think I'm false remembering, but I gotta say, before it was like a 55. Now I'm gonna make it like maybe like a 61. Still got lots of work to do on that map, but no, 59. I'm gonna put it at 59. I know that map a little bit, just enough to maybe survive. If I don't go resort, then the number would increase, but so would the profit. Therefore, it like cancels each other out. So I gotta put Shoreline at like 59, maybe like above average, because I do have like 3,000 hours on like over some people. So if it's like beginning of the wipe, I think it would be rated higher because of the mass amount of players. So if I get, anyways, let's not talk about the end of the wipe. We got woods this time around. I love woods. I think a year ago I did a I wanted to do an episode on woods. It would consist of like 30 runs. This was like a long time ago, like I was still a scrub. So I did like those runs, and that propelled my skills so high, because I pretty much understood the map right then and there. And this is my favorite map. It's very open. If you got a long range weapon, doesn't matter, maybe a short range weapon, you can still like maneuver around like guerrilla style. So I gotta put myself like a good 79 on this. I still haven't reached the 80. So Snecc, in the future, you better be above 80 next time you make this kind of video, because I survive a lot on that map. It's like pretty easy, and I win most of my encounters. And the encounters I don't win, I get my stuff back, and I value the numerical digits more than I value life and death. I'm such a fucking weirdo. Oh, interchange. That's a yikes. I did have lots of quests, raglan quests, take point on interchange. What else? I did attempt Killa twice. It didn't go well. I can pretty much navigate slowly around, but if I don't know, if I like take fights, I will be completely lost. So that's gotta go way down. Like the second story, the headshots 100 meters, the loot locations, getting to the loot locations, looting and then getting out and defending myself through those locations. There's lots of loot on it, lots of all kinds of loot, but I'm not really good at this map, and I stay away from this map because it's awkward. It's like really dark inside and really bright outside, except if you take nighttime, it's like light everywhere, especially if you have proper filters. But then everybody's using a shotgun, and if the weather changes and it goes from like light dark to dark, then you're screwed. I'm not really a big fan of this map. I'm gonna put it down as a 65. 55. Why did I say 65? Oh, customs, the beginner map. It's either when you join the game, you either go for factory first raids or customs. You don't even look at other maps, and then there's those like divergence that go woods, and then they get stuck there and they're like, what is this map? It is very shit. Customs, because of its popularity in PvP and low level player questing or whatever, and scavs, I gotta place myself a little bit higher, because I would win most of my fights. But I didn't take them because this is not like a map I pretty much like, so the score goes way down. So besides questing, this isn't like the map I go to. I don't even like to hunt Reshala. Even is he considered like one of the easiest bosses? I think if you put them up against each other, he's gotta be like the easiest. Like Glukar's not an easy boss unless you like get the dumb Glukar and clap his 4 guards instantaneously, then he becomes a little bit slower. Killa, oh, if he has shitty ammo and you got good armor and you get like the first second drop on him, you're probably gonna be golden. But then again, he has like a truck ton of HP. Sturman, if you don't see him like the first time you want to engage him, yikes, the guards will lay you down. I gotta say that Reshala is the easiest boss. Killa would probably be third easiest. After Reshala would be Sanitar is not. Sanitar is easy if you find him in a resort, but Sanitar is not easy when you find him in cottages, unless you know exactly where he is, because the guards will lay you down. So I gotta rate customs above average, because I'm pretty sure, just because of my hours and my knowledge of that game, of that map, I gotta put myself as above average. Otherwise, I would not be doing myself justice. This is not the map I pretty much like to run, but it's the map that, it's like, I'm not shit and I'm not good at it. So I put customs as a 65. Oh, the lab. There is a pre-lab, and then there, I think I did like 4 series on this entire map. So in the beginning, obviously, you start out with like 20, and then depending on how your runs go, you either drop down or you go up. And then all the lab series, we got labs 35, we got two regular lab series, and then we got S labs, which pretty much propelled me up. I think the learning factor of this map is very steep, and then the PvP aspect. So average would be like 30, like a 30 out of 100, because you don't survive labs, and even if you're like very skilled, you're still up there at like 70s. But even if you're like really good at the map, there's still like a chance of you coming up against like 5 more other people who are as good as you in the map, so you're pretty much contesting your skill, and it's like a coin flip. So I gotta say that before S labs, I think it would be like 32, and after S labs, like a good 60. No, 50, 55. But I do love looting, and I value loot over PvP, so my survivability has a chance to go up. But when I engage players, my survivability might go down. I need to work on my PvP in labs. It's either I'm being way too harsh on myself, or I am not as good as I think I am. Wait, no, I'm better than I think I am, or I'm worse than I think I am. This is weird. I'm putting it down for like a 55. Let's go over the numbers. Factory 62, because the skill cap is pretty low, and unless you run into some really geared players, it's gonna be like in the 80s. So 62 is fine. It's like each map will not have like, for example, if I'm 62 on Factory, it will not be 62 on another map with the same like survivability because of the skill cap. Reserve, we got 75. I'm pretty comfortable with that number. It could go higher if I put a little extra effort into it, but if I start doing that, then I'll have to actually focus on it, and I don't really want to. It's the end of the wipe. I'm like laid back now. Shoreline 59 could be better. I could put more effort into it, but it's not really. I'm not really feeling it. We got wood 79. I like that number 79. I mean, if this would be the beginning of the wipe, I think I would survive 8 out of 10 raids up top, maybe 7. I never actually put those numbers in that position. No, let's not put that, man. I would survive woods a good portion of the time. So I think next wipe, my survival rate might go up if I play the exact same style. I thought I had 3,000 hours on. What? Weird. Anyways, we got interchange at 55. Not a fan of that map, but I will have to go to it. I foresee that I will have to use that map a lot. We got interchange at 55. Wait. Customs at 65. I'm pretty happy. I'm not going to increase that number, and I don't see a sense of increasing that number. And then we got labs 55. It could go up to like 65 if I put extra effort. It looks like if I put extra effort in, all of these numbers could go up. All right, Snecc in the future. What is your score? It's probably going to be much different. Thank you all for watching this video. I am Snecc. And if this video I don't think this video is helpful to anybody but me. All right, see you guys.